Hello, good afternoon to everyone. How are you? I hope all of you in high spirits and we'll continue our class today. Let us do the fast recapitulation of what we have studied so far. Yesterday, we have discussed about the syllabus subtopics mentioned under the Indian society, what we are going to do in the coming days. We have discussed about it. We have discussed introductory idea what is the meaning of globalization and its impact on Indian society, what is your idea of society, what society basically constitutes of, and different aspects of Indian society, right? Now let us start. Yesterday we developed an idea about, where is the pen? We have pen ka hai? Pen? Acha, yeah. You see, yesterday we started with, just a minute. We started with salient features of Indian society, right? Right. This is a topic we have started, salient features of Indian society. And the first thing that we developed our understanding is about society. What is a society? Society is basically group or association of people or association of people, right? What are the characteristics of society? Number one, it is confined in a one geographical area. Right? It need to have, you can say, a common language. A shared culture, right? So these are the three important attributes of society, right? These are the three important attributes of society that we have discussed. Now, we'll discuss about further about Indian society, right? Now, I want to, in the beginning, I would like to introduce you to some very important basic concepts which you often encounter, which you often come across in your reading newspapers, in your magazines, in your books, and so on. Therefore, it becomes very important for you to have an in-depth understanding of those basic terminology, right? Okay. I want to ask you, do you have any idea? I think all of you have studied polity in your class 8th, 9th, 10th, right? And as we all are preparing for UPSC, there is a saying that vision of founding fathers of India, founding fathers of, of Indian Constitution, I would say, is to make a pluralistic Indian society. But Indian society is multicultural. Indian society is multicultural society, right? This is the statement I have written. Can you make it out a different what this statement wants to convey the message to us? What is the meaning of this statement? Anyone? Vision of founding fathers of Indian society. Visions of founding fathers of Indian constitution is to make a pluralistic Indian society, but Indian society is a multicultural society. If we make a mains question, examine the statement. Examine the statement. This type of questions used to come in your UPSC examination. It becomes a standard mains question of your GS paper 1. Right. Therefore, the keywords in this question is number 1 pluralistic and second is multicultural. If you don't understand these two terminologies, what is the meaning of pluralistic society and multicultural society, you will not be able to give a right, correct answer of this particular kind of question. Therefore, before going further, we need to develop our understanding upon certain basic terms which is very important and which are often used whenever you are talking about a topic like a dynamic topic like society, right? Therefore, the first topic I want to discuss, the first term that I am discussing is pluralistic society. What kind of society? Pluralistic society. I think all of you have written this. Can I move on? Can I move on? Then let me have a one sip of coffee. There is a one student, Pinto is replying that it is unity in diversity. No, it's not. It's not. It is different. Anyone else? You see. Pluralistic society. You see, pluralistic society implies when you are living, where you are having a very relationship which are not determined by your caste, by your race, by your religion, your ethnicity, all these things does not defines your relationship. It is an ideal vision of making a pluralistic society. For example, if you see in advanced countries, what is happening? You can marry anyone. The only thing that they focus is on your merit. They will not bother from what is your caste background, what is your race background, what is your uh, what kind of status you are having. They are judging you through your merit, right? So this kind of a society is known as a pluralistic society. Therefore, this is the vision of Indian founding fathers, the people who founded, people who struggled for the freedom of our country, right? We are the people in belief, they have a tolerance towards each other here, right? They live in mutual harmony with each other. That is the idea of pluralistic society, right? For example, I make it more simpler for you. Let us give you the example of Bollywood here, right? Bollywood. तो Bollywood का example देते हैं तो you know Bollywood? तो Bollywood में क्या हो रहा है? What is happening in Bollywood? There are so many examples of intercaste, interreligious marriages are there. You can see that Saif Ali Khan married to Kareena Kapoor, right? Sanjay Dutt married to Manyata, right? Sanjay Dutt is a Punjabi, his wife is Muslim, right? Where you are known by your talent, by your merit, what kind of caste, community you are coming from, it has no meaning. People are living together, with each other. For example, if you go to Bombay and if you see the Bollywood, Bollywood is a mix of people from across India coming to Bombay and working in movies. And they are not having any kind of animosity among each other, right? But yeah, Nimai is saying pluralistic and multicultural. No, no, no. They are different things. Let me come to it. Okay, that is the idea of pluralistic society. Now come to multicultural society. Sorry, multicultural society. Multicultural society means where different culture, people of different cultures are living together, but they are not having a close relationship with each other, right? For example, let me give you, you can take example of any city, even in your Kolkata also. Kolkata is a mix, is a big capital of West Bengal. People from different regions are coming to Kolkata, living together. Marwadis are there, Bengalis are there, Muslims are there, scheduled castes are there, scheduled tribes are there. They all are living together. That is multicultural. But if I ask you a question, are they having relationship like marriage with each other? For example, is intercaste marriages, interreligious marriages is a norm in that kind of society? Answer is no, absolutely no. We all are living together, no problem. But we are not so much close with each other that we are sharing the relationship of what we called in Hindi, roti beti ka sambandh. You are getting roti beti. It means interdining, and where we are having a marriage relationship. So that kind of thing is not taking place, although we all are living together. So therefore, India is a multicultural society. I think Nimai, this point is now clear to you. But the dream of our founding fathers was to make India a pluralistic society where you are you can pursue your anything that you want to do. You can pursue any dream of yours. There is no any kind of social hindrance on your path, where people can live together, can share relationships with each other, and there is no any halla bolo about it. Yeah. So that was the idea of pluralistic society. For example, if you go to US, in US, a Jew can marry a African, African can marry the white people, people of different nationalities are living there, right? Nobody, there is no so much, halla bulla about it. Yeah. They all are living, there some are sharing very close relationships also. So it's a society which is driven by merit. So that kind of vision that our founding fathers also wants to make India a pluralistic society, but in reality, India is a multicultural society. That is the point. I think this point is clear to all of you. This is a very important thing. Just give me a no, 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 no. You are getting it. Therefore, it is very important for you to understand. You can write it down. Pluralistic society, write down. Pluralistic society is basically a society which is diverse in character, people of different belief, opinion, race, ethnicity are living together, where every member is allowed to share their beliefs freely, where people can express their beliefs freely. They are having close bonding with each other, That is the idea of pluralistic society, right? Clear? Now, come to multicultural society. Write it down. Multicultural society. Multicultural society implies where people of different races, ethnicity, caste, where people of different races, ethnicity, caste, religion, they are living together, they are living together, but people retain but people retain their cultural distinctiveness. People retain their cultural distinctiveness and they are not having very close relationship, like for example, like relationship of marriage with each other. These very close relationship, marriage kind of relationships are not taking place among them. अब इसको ऐसे समझो, तुम्हें और अच्छे से समझ में आएगा कि जैसे मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, ठीक है। अब मेरे पड़ोस में अरोड़ा जी रहते हैं, दूसरी तरफ जो है जैन साहब रहते हैं, आप ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे देखोगे तो गुप्ता जी रहते हैं, और मेरे ऊपर एक मेरे मित्र हैं सिंह साहब, वो रहते हैं, राइट। एक थोड़ा सा आगे चले जाओगे तो खान साहब रहते हैं, राइट। People of different communities and caste are living together in the same apartment. मैं मॉर्निंग वॉक करने निकलता हूं तो जैन साहब भी मिलते हैं, गुप्ता साहब भी मिलते हैं, खान साहब भी मिलते हैं, हम दोनों मिलते हैं, हाय हेलो होती है, बहुत अच्छे से बात होती है, वी ग्रीट ईच अदर। क्लब में फेस्टिवल होता है, हम सब आते हैं, सब मिलते हैं, एंड लवली टाइम। बट अब सवाल ये है, क्या गुप्ता जी और जैन साहब, गुप्ता जी या खान साहब इंटर रिलीजियस मैरिज कर सकते हैं? क्या गुप्ता जी और मेरे साथ, आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट कम्युनिटी, गुप्ता जी इज फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट, कैन आई कैन से कि माय ब्रदर इज अनमैरिड, आई एम इंटरेस्टेड, यू कैन लुक अ गर्ल इन योर फैमिली फॉर द मैच फॉर माय ब्रदर? क्या ये संभव है? ये संभव नहीं है। ये मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म है। हम रहते तो सब एक साथ हैं, वी ऑल आर लिविंग टुगेदर, we are all coming from different communities and caste. So therefore India is a pluralistic society in letter and spirit. India is pluralistic society. India is pluralistic society in letter and spirit, but in reality it is multicultural. It is multicultural. It is multicultural society, right? उदाहरण के तौर पर, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू सी द संडे न्यूज़पेपर। अभी संडे आने वाला है, तुम संडे का न्यूज़पेपर खोलो, चाहे हिंदू हो, चाहे इंडियन एक्सप्रेस हो, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया हो, आपका टेलीग्राफ हो, जो भी न्यूज़पेपर आप पढ़ रहे हैं, आप खोलो संडे को तो मैट्रिमोनियल्स आता है। क्या आता है? मैट्रिमोनियल्स आता है। उसमें क्या होगा? अग्रवाल ब्राइड इज लुकिंग फॉर अग्रवाल ब्राइड ग्रूम, वैश्या गर्ल्स, वैश्या बॉयज, राजपूत गर्ल्स, राजपूत बॉयज। Clearly castes are mentioned there. Correct me if I am wrong. Say yes or no. फटाफट जवाब दो. I am waiting for your answer. ऐसा है या नहीं है? Brahmin boy is looking for a Brahmin girl. Gotra is this. I am not getting answers. quickly I need to know how much of you getting this. ठीक है, तो दिस इज हाउ हम साथ तो रह रहे हैं, लेकिन यार ये क्या है, व्हाट इज दिस हैपनिंग? अगर ये प्लुरलिस्टिक सोसाइटी होती तो कोई ना आपका गोत्र पूछता, ना आपकी कास्ट पूछता, ना आपका कोई रिलीजन पूछता, आपके बीच में क्या होती, क्या व्हाट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर, यू आर लुकिंग फॉर कंपैटिबिलिटी, कि क्या आप दोनों के बीच में कंपैटिबिलिटी है, मेंटल लेवल मैच करता है, आप दोनों के बीच के अंदर क्या इमोशनल bonding है, and all you are looking into all this kind of factors, but you are not looking into the kind of ascribed status of yours. Yeah, you are, whether you are coming from a Brahmin kul or which gotra or which community, which caste, ये सब क्या हो जाती है, मेल्ट डाउन हो जाती है, इसका कोई लेना देना नहीं। तो वो क्या है, जहां पर ऑल दिस थिंग्स डज नॉट मैटर एंड यू आर अ फ्री, दैट इज अ आइडिया ऑफ प्लुरलिस्टिक सोसाइटी। बट रियलिटी क्या है, मल्टी कल्चरल सोसाइटी है। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया क्या कहता है, वी आर हैविंग हिंदू स्पेशल मैरिज एक्ट। अब ये न्यूज में था ना, कनेक्ट करो, देखो इसको, कनेक्टेड हिंदू मैरिज स्पेशल एक्ट है। बट मैं तुमसे सवाल पूछूंगा, आई वांट टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स। इंडिया में अभी एक सर्वे किया द हिंदू ग्रुप ने, इट वाज इन द न्यूज, और यंगस्टर से क्वेश्चन पूछा, हाउ मेनी ऑफ द यंगस्टर्स वांट्स टू गो फॉर अरेंज मैरिज और लव मैरिज? 85% सेड अरेंज मैरिज। अब एक कॉन्सेप्ट समझो, अरेंज मैरिज का मतलब क्या है, व्हाट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अरेंज मैरिज? अरेंज मैरिज मींस जो ट्राई टू हिट एट द रूट पर हिट करो। अरेंज मैरिज का मतलब क्या है, दैट यू आर मैरिंग विद इन योर कास्ट। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, आप कहां शादी कर रहे हो, विद इन योर कास्ट में शादी कर रहे हो। और व्हेन यू आर मैरिंग विद इन योर कास्ट, विद इन योर रिलीजन, इट मींस इंडिया फॉलोज एंडोगैमस मैरिज। कौन सी? एंडोगैमस। लिखो ये वर्ड, एंडोगैमस, व्हेन यू आर मैरिंग विद इन योर ओन कास्ट। आज भी यू कैन सी अक्रॉस इंडिया, जैसे तुमने देखा होगा, न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा होगा, हरियाणा में, राजस्थान में, आपका यूपी में, देयर आर खाप पंचायत। क्या है? खाप पंचायत। दिस क्वेश्चन केम इन द मेंस एग्जामिनेशन ऑन खाप पंचायत। दे आर पासिंग डिक्टेट्स, ओए यू सी यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू मैरी आउटसाइड अवर कम्युनिटी, एंड इफ यू डू सो, हम क्या करेंगे, तुम्हारा हुक्का पानी बंद कर देंगे, वी विल throw you out of the society. And we have witnessed so many honor killings has taken place if the girl and the boy have stepped out and married someone else. For example, there was one incident which took place in Haryana, which created an uproar in entire India, that one girl who's coming from a very dominating caste in Haryana, that is Jat, and she fall in love with a boy who's coming from a scheduled caste community. She fell in love and they eloped and they got married. But later on, Khap Panchayat, passed the dictum and they both were killed. समझो इस चीज को, ये क्या है, मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म है। ये कहने को ऊपर से आप देखोगे क्या लगेगा, आवर विलेज इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, ऑल कम्युनिटीज आर लिविंग टुगेदर, हार्मनी, पीस। बट जैसे ही आपके बीच में क्लोज रिलेशन डेवलप होगा, इंटर डाइनिंग, इंटरकास्ट मैरिजेस, वहीं पर फ्रिक्शंस आनी शुरू हो जाएगी। तुम सोचो, वी आर लिविंग इन 2023। देयर इज अ प्लेस इन गुरुग्राम, थोड़ा सा आगे, दैट इज नूह, which is in the news right now for all the bad reasons, right? क्या है? Nuh is a part of, I would say, Gurugram. गुरुग्राम क्या है? द मिलेनियम सिटी। कौन सी सिटी है? मिलेनियम सिटी। इट इज द सिटी विच एक्सप्लेन्स द एस्पिरेशंस ऑफ इंडिया ऑफ एमर्जिंग सुपर पावर। विश्व गुरु बनना चाहते हैं ना हम लोग, एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग? एंड एमर्जिंग साइबर सिटी है वो। All the multinational companies are having its offices there. If you look at the real estate, buying a 3 BHK flat in Gurugram is a dream. The cost of the flats is not less than 2 CR, 3 CR, 4. You will surprised to know there are certain flats in Gurugram which cost you more than 14, 15 CR. Reality क्या है? Reality ये है कि Nuh is witnessing communal violence. ये reality है. दिस इज द रियलिटी कि हम बात कर रहे थे कि वी विल मेक विश्व गुरु बनेंगे, इंडियन इकोनॉमी इज ड्रिवन बाय सर्विस सेक्टर, वी आर डूइंग सो गुड एंड वी आर द सुपर पावर इन सॉफ्टवेयर. But what is happening on the ground? The ground reality is that Nuhu, which is just a few 40-50 kilometers away from the national capital, is witnessing communal violence. जो चीज हम 1947 में हमने करी, we divided India on the basis of religion. We are doing the same thing in 2023. We are killing each other. We are burning each other. We are burning the houses on the basis of religion. Then how can you say? Now my question to all of you, is India a pluralistic society? In Haryana, people are, if you see Haryana, because Haryana is that joining state with Delhi, Haryana, UP, if you talk to them, people take pride in अरे भाई मैं इस जाति से हूं, अरे मैं ये हूं, मैं वो हूं. अगर तुम अभी नोएडा हो, गुड़गांव हो, तो तुम देखो गाड़ियों के पीछे लिखा हुआ है, people have started writing their car, जाट के ठाट, गुजर महान. These are the things we are doing. Rajput, Kshatriya, Brahman, all these things are written on the back of the cars. People are doing assertiveness. People are becoming assertive on to show their caste identities. Today, Indian politics, elections are coming, our entire elections are based on caste. Therefore, in letter and spirit, India is a pluralistic society. But in reality, we are a caste-ridden society. You are getting it? I hope this concept is very clear to you. And the question which I have given you, this is the way UPSC asks your question. Because UPSC does not want to select people who are having a copy-paste kind of a knowledge. You need to develop organic thinking. Organic thinking develop karo. Understand the concept, develop conceptual clarity so that you don't require to mug up anything. I think this concept is clear, pluralistic and multiculturalism, right? Now let's move to the next one. Yes, now move to the next one. The next topic that I want to bring for the discussion is the concept of social empowerment. The next you need to understand is social empowerment. The next term. What do you understand by social empowerment? What is the concept of empowerment? I am waiting for your reply. Let me see how my students respond. Yeah. I think there is a one student. Subrata, I will come to your answer later on when we advance. I would love to answer your question, your concern. Okay, I am waiting. You see, first of all, you write down the definition. Social empowerment implies making people capable to making people capable so that they can make their own decisions. Creating capacity and capability in them, so that they can bring changes in their life and in the structure of society. Therefore, it helps the marginalized sections of society. It helps the marginalized, vulnerable sections of society to come upward. To come upward, right? So this is the idea of social empowerment. अब इसको समझते हैं. तुमने क्या लिखा? तुमने लिखा सोशल एम्पावरमेंट का मतलब ये है कि इट क्रिएट्स एन एबिलिटी इन द इंडिविजुअल so that he can take decisions about his life. He can bring changes in his life by his decisions, and this in turn can create change in the structure of society. That is the idea of social empowerment. You are getting it? अब social empowerment का मतलब क्या हुआ? आज मैं तुमसे एक सवाल पूछता हूं. All of you are preparing for civil services, right? Today you all are sitting in Kolkata, right? I am sitting in Delhi. Right now I am in my studio of Khan Study Group, giving lectures online. You are listening to me directly. You are putting your questions to me. ये संभव कैसे हुआ? How we are bridging this gap? This is the initiative because government knows this. It is not possible for every children, for every aspirant to come down to Delhi. Some are working, some are having other commitments, some are financially not capable to bear the expenses, because the place where I am right now is a very expensive place from the point of view of students. A very small room will not cost you less than 13,000-14,000. Apart from this, you have to spend on your food. Apart from this, there are boarding, lodging, books, magazines, newspapers, and above all, the hefty fees of big coaching institutions. Therefore, preparing for UPSC is not an easy job. But it is UPSC, Sangh Lok Seva Ayog. It is an exam conducted by Bharat Sarkar. What is the cost of the form? I want to ask you. What is the cost of the form of UPSC? It cost only 100 or 110 rupees, something like this. Right? Right? The cost is minimum. But the preparation requires a lot of, resources. How to bridge the gap. And we need to create that every student of every state, wherever he or she is coming from, should get equality of opportunity to appear in this examination. तो कैसे संभव हुआ? Your government has taken an initiative कि भाई, let us do one thing, let us tie up with one of the best institute in India, create an online platform so that our student can access the Delhi teachers and they can note down, they can have any queries, they can get in touch with them, so that we can bridge this gap and our students can prepare and they can do well in the UPSC examination, so that UPSC will not become an elite club that only those who are rich, those who are having access to resources, those who are born and brought up in Delhi or some good schools or good colleges, only that students are eligible to become IAS officers. So IAS should not become a dream only of few handful of people in India, but anybody across India can dream of becoming an IAS. This is you are creating social empowerment, right? जैसे कि there is a saying कि भाई हम गरीबी नहीं हटा सकते. It is not possible. It is next to impossible कि हम गरीबी को eradicate कर दें. We can eradicate poverty. तो क्या करें यार? हम एक काम कर सकते हैं, हम अमीर बना सकते हैं लोगों को. Let's make people rich. Therefore, empowerment is as one of the student has written good, very good. Empowerment is basically a way that we are creating capability in you. We are creating capacity in you, so that you yourself become the masters of your destiny. Marx कहता है ना, Karl Marx says, man is the maker of his own destiny. There is no other force which will determine. Your decisions makes destiny, and your decisions are based on your choice. For example, today I am taking class. Your class is from 2 to 4 p.m. You are having a choice. You can attend a class or you can simply switch off your camera and move on. अरे छोड़ो यार, क्या सर पकाते हैं, सर भेजा फ्राई कर देते हैं, right? Or you can move out with your friends, go to MacD, Domino's, watch a movie, and do whatever you like. Or you have a choice that this is my age, this is the place, I want to prepare for civil services. My target is to become IAS in 2025. I will attend my class, 2 hours lecture. I will note down whatever points sir is dictating or telling in the class. I will revise it. I will do regular tests and I will perform well and bring laurels not only to me but to my family, to my people of state, so that it will set up an example in entire West Bengal that there is a possibility if you don't go to Delhi, you have a chance that you can become an IAS. So you can set up an example in your state. So therefore, life is all about choice, and your choice determines your decisions and your decision determines your destiny. So therefore, empowerment means, and here we are talking about social empowerment, where we are creating capability and capacity among those people who are at the receiving end of our society, right? The people who are being exploited for thousands of years, the people who are voiceless, the people who don't have voice. Now, there was a one question asked to me by one student, sir, why reservation is given to some on the basis of different caste? उसका एक reason है. तुम एक बात समझो, there are two students. Let us make दो group बनाते हैं हम, okay? Because Subrata has asked this question, so it is important for me to answer. Let us, this is group A, this is group B. इस ग्रुप ए में कितने बच्चे हैं? 25 स्टूडेंट हैं. ग्रुप बी में कितने बच्चे हैं? 25 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. ठीक है, ध्यान से सुनो सारे के सारे. अब हम क्या करते हैं, ग्रुप ए वाले जो बच्चे हैं इनको हम भेज देते हैं कहां पर? आइसोलेशन में. कहां भेज देते हैं? आइसोलेशन. अवे फ्रॉम ह्यूमन सिविलाइजेशन. अवे फ्रॉम civilization, away from all the development mode. They are not able to access to any education, school, college. They are living in jungles, away from the mankind. इनके पास कोई एक्सेस नहीं है और इनको वहां छोड़ देते हैं. ठीक है, और ये प्रथा चल रही है हजारों साल से. और एक दूसरा ग्रुप है बी, और यहाँ पर क्या करते हैं, इन स्टूडेंट्स को हम एक्सेस करते हैं. दे गेट एडमिशन टू अ गुड स्कूल. दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम गुड एजुकेटेड फैमिलीज. They are getting food on time. They are playing. There is a overall development. They are participating in co-curricular activities also. After let's say 50 years down the line, after let's say 50 years, both of these students, let us say, allow them to sit in UPSC exam. Who will fare well in UPSC? So give me a reply quickly. Tell me, which group will be needing assistance? Therefore, when India got independence, our founding fathers were aware of the ground realities of our society. कि Indian society is highly structured society. Indian society is caste-ridden society. Indian society is that society where people are not, there is a certain sections of people who are treated worse than animals. तो हमको ये समझना पड़ेगा. एक वर्ड होता है, यहां पर एक और वर्ड में इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा, सोशलाइजेशन. One more word I am introducing, socialization. What is socialization? Socialization का मतलब क्या है? अब मैं तुमसे एक सवाल पूछता हूं. I am Ashwini Shankar. I am coming from a Brahmin family. In my entire family, everyone is vegetarian. सारे कौन है? Vegetarian है. My mother is vegetarian. My father is vegetarian. Everyone is a vegetarian. I was also a vegetarian, but I went to engineering college, which is supposed to be one of the good engineering colleges in India. I believe all colleges are good. I went there. I got exposure to different kind of students, people coming across India from Tamil Nadu, from West Bengal, from Andhra, from somewhere from Bihar, from Assam. People across India are coming. उससे पहले क्या था? I was never seen any society other than Delhi society. मैं वहां गया, बातचीत हुई, दोस्तियां हुई. हमारे एक प्रोफेसर थे, उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दिया हमको. उन्होंने कहा, इंडिया में एक प्रॉब्लम है बच्चों में कि जब तुम लोग कॉलेज में आओगे, हॉस्टल में आओगे, तो इंडिया में क्या है, दिस वॉज अ एड्रेस ऑफ अवर डायरेक्टर टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स, और मैंने ये चीज अपनी लाइफ में उतार ली. तो उन्होंने कहा कि अगर कोई बिहारी है, वो बिहारी को ढूंढता है, वो बिहारी बिहारी से दोस्ती करेगा. कोई बंगाली है तो बंगाली को ढूंढेगा, बंगाली से दोस्ती कर लेगा. कोई तेलुगु है, वो तेलुगु वाले से दोस्ती कर लेगा. और तुमको इस इंस्टीट्यूशन में रह के क्या करना है? अगर तुम चाहते हो तुम्हारी एक वेल ग्रूम्ड पर्सनालिटी बने, तुम्हारा पर्सपेक्टिव ऑब्जेक्टिव बने, एंड यू बिकम ऑब्जेक्टिव इन योर थॉट्स, यू आर एबल टू क्रिएट एम्पैथी इन यू, तो तुम क्या करो? तुम डाइवर्स लोगों से दोस्ती करो. इफ यू आर फ्रॉम दिल्ली, मेक फ्रेंड्स विद पीपल हु आर कमिंग फ्रॉम बिहार, become friends with people coming from Telugu, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Bengal and all that. तो उसका एक बहुत बड़ा असर साहब ये हुआ कि आई एम हैविंग फ्रेंड्स अक्रॉस इंडिया and I am able to understand, develop my perspective in a much more rational and objective manner. Right? Therefore, अब होता क्या है, अदरवाइज द काइंड ऑफ प्रिविलेजेस वी आर हैविंग, तो हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस क्या होता है? एक बार सिगमंड फ्रॉइड से पूछा एक जर्नलिस्ट ने कि सर आप जो है ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी को सिंपलिस्टिक वे में समझाइए ताकि हर आदमी की समझ में आ जाए कि ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी है क्या. तो सिगमंड फ्रॉइड गेव अ वेरी गुड स्टेटमेंट. ही सेड, आवर मेंटालिटी इज द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ आवर सराउंडिंग्स. सिंपल. आवर मेंटालिटी इज द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ आवर सराउंडिंग्स. आप जैसे घर में रहेंगे, जैसे आपके दोस्त होंगे, आपका स्कूल होगा, आपका कॉलेज होगा, वैसे ही थॉट प्रोसेस आपका डेवलप हो जाएगा, एंड यू विल रिफ्लेक्ट दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग. तो व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ एजुकेशन? ये मैं तुम्हें आगे पढ़ाऊंगा. द रोल ऑफ एजुकेशन इज टू क्रिएट इंटरवेंशन इन दैट काइंड ऑफ सोशलाइजेशन विच इज हाईली ट्रेडिशनल और कंजर्वेटिव, and to bring modernity of views in you, to create that tolerance in you that you can also adjust the diverse point of view, right? Therefore, you need to understand this issue in a positive manner, that if I want to create development in India, development can only be created when all the sections of society will develop. If I am rich and my entire neighborhood is poor, they are not having food to eat, one day will come, they will kill me. But if all of us prosper, we will live in harmony. So that we need to understand. So therefore, I have introduced three terms to you: pluralistic, pluralistic society, multicultural society, and socialization. Right? Right? Now let us understand one more concept. This concept is of melting pot. What is the concept of melting pot? You must have read this word, melting pot. What do you mean by melting pot? Melting pot culture क्या होता है? Anyone? What is melting pot culture? बताओ. I'm waiting for a reply, then I'll start. Melting pot. और इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? मेल्टिंग पॉट थ्योरी भी बोलते हैं इसको. वी कैन आल्सो कॉल इट अ मेल्टिंग पॉट थ्योरी, because this is important for you to develop the idea about this terminology, so that your understanding of about society becomes much more elaborative, comprehensive in nature, and you are in a position to answer any question that comes from the Indian society segment. Tell me. What is melting pot culture? Melting pot culture implies, write it down. First, melting pot culture implies when all the cultures, when all the cultures homogenized, when all the cultures get homogenized into a one culture. That is a concept of melting pot culture, right? For example, अगर तुम US जाओ, I was in US, तो what I saw that people who are living there, they are speaking English in American accent. They have developed the American taste in their food, in their dress, in everything. Culturally, they have become Americans. For example, the Vice President of America at present, Mrs. Kamala Harris. So that is an idea of melting pot of cultures, where different cultures come together and becomes a one culture. So that is the idea of melting pot theory or melting pot culture, right? Dustin, no, the Subhashri, you need to wait. That's not right. Right now, we are coming to another concept. It is this melting pot theory where you are creating all the different cultures. Let me explain you like this. Let us say culture C1, culture C2, culture C3. So all these cultures come together, C1 plus C2 plus C3, and it get homogenized and it comes into a one homogenized culture, that C4. So this is the idea of your melting pot theory, where all cultures come together and they mix together in such a way that no distinctiveness is remain. They all become one. That is the idea of melting pot theory, melting pot culture. That is the reason I have written this word which you have not given attention. Homogenization, right? Creating a shared culture, common culture is emerging, right? So that is the idea of melting pot of culture, right? Now I am coming to the next one, salad ball theory. This concept is clear, melting pot culture. Now coming to salad ball theory. Second is salad ball theory. What is salad ball theory? Now, I think now you can bet Subhashri, now you will get that idea of what is salad ball theory and how it is different from melting pot. You know, in melting pot theory, what was happening? All the cultures are coming together and getting homogenized. All are becoming one. But what is salad ball? Salad ball क्या होता है? अगर इसके नाम पर if we simply verbatim understand salad ball, तो salad ball में क्या होगा? भाई let us say this is your one salad ball. तो इसमें क्या है? Onion भी है, इसमें क्या है? Cucumber है, right? इसमें क्या है? Tomatoes. Although tomatoes have become very expensive, if you put tomatoes in the plate in Delhi, it will become very expensive salad ball, right? Tomatoes are coming at 200 rupees per kg. टमाटो है इसमें, राइट? कुकुम्बर है, अनियन है, इसके अंदर सम फ्रूट्स आर आल्सो देयर या ओके, राइट, एसेट्रा. जब हम सबने इसको मिक्स किया तो क्या बन गया? सैलेड बॉल बन गया. तो सैलेड बॉल में क्या होता है? द मोमेंट यू टेक वन स्पून, एवरी कंपोनेंट रिटेन इट्स डिस्टिंक्टिवनेस. हर कंपोनेंट क्या करता है? अपने डिस्टिंक्टिवनेस क्रिएट करता है. अगर आप सैलेड बॉल खाओगे आपको पता लगेगा ये मैंने अनियन खाया है, ये मेरे मुंह में टमाटर गया है, दिस इज कुकुम्बर, दिस इज ग्रे, whatever, like therefore every substance in the salad ball retains its distinctive character. उसका अपना क्या होता है? एक डिस्टिंक्टिव कैरेक्टर होता है. वो मिक्स तो हो जाता है सबके साथ, इट गेट मिक्स विद एवरीवन, बट इट विल रिटेन इट्स कैरेक्टर. So this idea is called salad bowl idea, right? Right? Okay. Write it down. salad ball theory implies where where salad ball theory implies where culture is able, where different cultures live together, where different cultures live together simultaneously, they are able to preserve their distinctiveness. They are able to preserve their distinctive character. They are able to preserve their distinctive character. So that is the idea of salad ball theory. For example, I am living in Delhi. Okay. Delhi is the national capital of India. Everyone across India is having a stake on Delhi. Delhi does not belongs to me. If I say I'm born in Delhi, so I'm having a much more right over Delhi. No, everyone has a right in Delhi. तो आप दिल्ली आइए तो दिल्ली में आपको क्या दिखेगा सैलेड बॉल कल्चर दिखेगा क्या दिखेगा सैलेड बॉल थ्योरी इज प्रैक्टिकली एप्लीकेबल है फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज अ वन प्लेस इन दिल्ली कॉल्ड कालीबाड़ी क्या जगह है दिल्ली में एक जगह है यहाँ से पास में ही है नियर बाय ओनली दैट प्लेस इज कॉल्ड कालीबाड़ी तो वहां आप जाइए व्हाट यू विल सी on the Durga Puja, you will see a massive celebrations used to take place in Kalibadi. One of the largest Durga Pujas of Delhi used to take place in Kalibadi, where you will get all the food stalls, which is which represents the Bengali food. I'm a die-hard fan of Bengali food, okay, because I'm a foodie. Jैसे for example, I love the puchkas of Kolkata. I guess no other golgappa or puchka can compete with the puchka of Kolkata. Am I right or wrong? Right. Point number one. Point number two. There is a one dish called pushto. Right. I guess that if I'm right, please. If I'm wrong, correct me. They have a stalls for pushto in which a boiled potato is made in the mustard seeds and and in a mustard oil also. So it is some kind of a dish. I like the fry fish of Calcutta. All these things you get in Delhi during Durga Puja. You will find so many people there in thousands, I would say, and they are celebrating Durga Puja. And the women's are coming and in a very distinctive dress, right? Which is new sarees they are wearing on the day of Durga Puja. So what is this? It is fine they all are living in Delhi, but all these people are also working hard to preserve the distinctive culture of Bengal in Delhi. So this is the idea of salad ball theory. There is no problem. I never see any kind of ruckus taking place in Delhi so far. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, right? If you come to Delhi during Chhat Puja, now recently Delhi government had started giving public holiday on Chhat Puja. I have studied in a very good school. Shah Rukh Khan, is an alumni of my school only, right? Okay. तो अब यहाँ पर क्या है कि I never heard during our school days कि our government is declaring holiday on Chhat Puja, but today in the last 3-4 years down the line, Delhi government is declaring holiday on Chhat Puja. On the Chhat Puja, special arrangements are made to create, proper construction of banks near this Yamuna river. People come there, pay homage, they do puja and all that thing on the Chhat Puja, right? If you go to, there is a certain part in Delhi called East Delhi, where the majority of the people who are migrating from UP or Bihar are living. You go there, you will find litti chokha, which is a very peculiar dish of Patna. You can find litti chokha there, right? And Bihari samosa which is small in size, that is Bihari samosa. You call in Calcutta that singada, okay, right? So they are able to preserve their culture, but they are living peacefully here also. All of us are living peacefully. Punjabis, if you come to Delhi, there is a place called Rajouri Garden, right? Kirti Nagar, Rajouri Garden. Oh Maharaj, कित्थे जा रहे हो की हैगा यार? आओ तन्नू छोले भटूरे खिलांदे हैं यार. So you will find people are so many chole bhatura stalls are there. People are celebrating Guru Purab like anything. What is this? We all are living in Delhi, but we are also preserving our culture. We all are celebrating. We all are enjoying. That is called salad bowl culture, salad bowl theory. Clear? Is that concept clear? Clear? Subhashri? I think I have made it my point. This is a very important point which you should know. And all these things will help you a lot in writing very good essay. It will help you a lot in developing deep understanding about society issues, which will help you get extra marks in your GS paper 1. You can write good answers if you are uh, in your other examinations also, if you have this deep understanding. So far what we have discussed about pluralistic society, multicultural society, idea of socialization we have also discussed. We have discussed about social empowerment. We have discussed about melting pot theory, and we have also discussed about salad ball theory. There is one more concept I want to discuss, I want to bring here, that is a concept of cultural lag. That is a concept of cultural lag. Now, what is cultural lag here? Anyone? What is cultural lag? First, write it down. First, write it down, then I'll explain to you. Cultural lag is basically, I think I'm dictating okay to you, or I'm dictating fast to you that you're not able to write. Please give me the feedback. Am I dictating you correctly that you can easily take down, because that is very important. I'm waiting for your reply, guys. Are you able to take note? Okay, write it down. Cultural lag is basically the difference in pace. Culture lag is basically the difference in pace at which technological changes, are taking place in society Okay, one student saying it's a little bit slow. Okay. Culture lag is basically the different in pace at which technological changes taking place, and the way society is, and the social change is slow, and the social change in the social structure is slow, is known as cultural lag. Clear? All of you have written? I'm waiting for a reply. Culture, all of you have written? Have you seen? Right. You see, cultural lag. What is cultural lag? You have written cultural lag is the difference. It is a difference in pace. The way technology is bringing changes in society, and the society is adjusting to that changes in at technological changes. So this is the idea of cultural change. अब इसको समझो. आज की डेट में हम सबके पास क्या है? Every one of us. I think you guys, all of you know Hindi, na? Or you want me to speak only in English? Tell me quickly. Because we are having habit of using Hindi also during our lectures in Delhi. I think all of you are comfortable with it, or you want me to continue only in English? Please let me know. You see what is happening. All of you are having smartphones in their hand. All of you are watching reels and wasting a precious time, right? All of you know how to start YouTube. Now YouTubes are slowly replacing TV. Wi-Fi has become a part of our life. We cannot even think how we will live without Wi-Fi, without data. They have become an inherent part of our existence, right? Okay. Some students are saying, sir, only English, and some students are saying only Hindi, and some students are saying, sir, both languages okay, are bilingual. I think we'll go with the majority. We'll go for bilingual. Okay, right. Okay. Now you see, data has become a part of our life. Wi-Fi has become a part of our life. Without data and Wi-Fi, we cannot think how we will sustain, right? But is society becoming modern? Today, everyone is having smartphones, but still in India, we have to make PCPNDT Act. हमको क्या बनाना पड़ गया इंडिया के अंदर? इंडिया में हमको PCPNDT Act बनाना पड़ा to save our girl child. आज भारत के प्रधानमंत्री को क्या स्लोगन देना पड़ा? बेटी पढ़ाओ, बेटी बचाओ. क्या स्लोगन देना पड़ा? बेटी पढ़ाओ, बेटी बचाओ. And if you look in terms of economics, economically, Haryana, Punjab are one of the most advanced advanced states. Sorry, my tongue slips. Punjab and Haryana, and these are also the two states which are having maximum number of female feticide cases. बताओ अब, एक तरफ क्या हो रहा है? स्मार्टफोन है हाथ में, एक तरफ क्या है? यूट्यूब, reels, videos, right? Every home is having a Wi-Fi connectivity. Now, Wi-Fi connectivity has reached our villages also. But reality क्या है? Mentally, our society is backward. आज भी in India, dowry is the part and parcel of our life. Whether you are in Kolkata, you are in Delhi, you are in Tamil Nadu, you are in Kashmir, you go anywhere. I was in abroad and there what I saw that there is no such concept of dowry. Nobody is giving money. इंडिया में क्या है? आप शादी करो, लड़की मिलेगी, लड़की के साथ आपको buy one get one so many things free है. लड़की भी मिलेगी, गाड़ी भी मिलेगी, पूरा पैसा and everything you get. This culture is prevalent only in South Asia. When I am saying South Asia, it implies India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. और वैसे क्या है? ऑन द अदर साइड हम क्या बन रहे हैं? हम टैक्स हैवी बन रहे हैं. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? टैक्स हैवी बन रहे हैं. एंड व्हाट इज द रियलिटी? बाय माइंड वी आर स्टिल बिलीविंग इन ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ फॉजल आइडियाज. दैट टुडे इन कंटेम्पररी टाइम्स आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज टू मेक दिस इनिशिएटिव बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. टुडे Government has to form a dowry act. Section 498A बनाना पड़ा हमको, because we were killing our girls, we are burning our brides. There was a time during 1980s, you can ask your parents, in 90s, that bride burning was the regular feature of the newspapers. A regular feature. Bride burning was a regular incident in our society. We were killing our daughter-in-laws for sake of money. That is our reality. And recently one incident took place. It was covered on the Crime Patrol also on Sony channel, that one couples, both were doctors and the family is of doctors only. In that they are forcing their daughter-in-law to go for 3 times abortion so that she can give birth to a baby boy. Can you believe it? This is India. असलियत ये है, ये रियलिटी है. और दूसरी तरफ क्या है? Now you are having new cars on the road. You are having different cars, Hyundai and Volkswagen and other brands are moving on the road, right? And on the other side, this is what we are doing. तो ये क्या है? Cultural lag. Society is not in society is not in compatibility with the way technology is changing. Technology is creating equality in society, but society in itself is not equal. That is the basic idea of cultural lag. Today, everyone is having a smartphone in their hand, but technically they are using smartphones. Technically, they know how to do MS Word, how to do MS Excel, how to see internet, how to do surfing on internet, how to create websites. But the moment you go a little deeper, you will figure out there are lot of prejudices, there are lot of stereotypes, there are lot of conservativeness, orthodoxness is present in ourselves. What is society? I told you yesterday, society is nothing. It is the group of people, association of people. We are like this. This is our reality. That is true. In India, you tell me, I want to ask this question to all of you. How many of you have seen without dowry any marriage taking place in your family where the boy said or the girl said, I will not give even a single penny. Without dowry, I will do marriage. Tell me how many these kind of marriages are taking place. I want to ask this question to you. How many marriages you have seen in your family, in your neighborhood, around you, where nobody is taking any dowry? Even in contemporary times, whatsoever be the educational qualification of a girl, every girl, I can say I can challenge it. More than 90% girls, if you ask them, if they want to conceive, they say the first priority is we want to be a mother of Baba, that is boy. That is the reality. Therefore, technology is bringing new things in our life. Today, we all are using UPI, Universal Payment Interface. We are using Paytms, Google Pay. And today, what we are seeing that recently, I think 3-4 months back, there was one incident took place in Rajasthan in which a 7-year-old boy touched a water pot and he was beaten blue and black by the teacher because that boy is supposed to be from the lower caste. That is the reality. You ask anyone's name in your name, what is your name? People say, my name is Hariram Tiwari. I am falana falana this. They take pride. I haven't, for example, I was in abroad and there I met a lot of people. I used to go to a club. So people used to come and say, hi, I'm a Spanish, I'm a German. They used to introduce like this to us. And I have not come across a single person in my life so far who says, hey, I'm an Indian, I'm proud to be an Indian. People say, hey, I'm a Brahmin, I'm a Banya, I'm a Mukherjee, I'm a Banerjee, I'm a Chatterjee. These are the problems. And here comes your cultural lag. We are living in multiple identities. Indian man is not Indian man. Indian man is having different multiple identities to him. So therefore, this is the concept of cultural lag. On one side, you are becoming technologically savvy, tax savvy you are becoming. But the moment you talk to that person, the moment you talk to him and you start going little deeper, you will easily figure out this man is nothing, he is a fossil fuel. He is coming from ancient India. That is the reality. You see, Gurugram, India is proudly saying Gurugram is the creation of the aspiring India. It is the millennium city. And what is happening there? What is happening there? People are killing each other on the name of religion. We are having deep, inherent, divisions inside us. That is the problem. Yeah, I think this is clear on cultural lag. Now let us move to the another one. I hope all of you are getting it. Right? I hope. Now move to the next one. Cultural lag is over. Now let's move to another one. Now, so far we have discussed cultural lag. Now when cultural contact takes place, three things happens. First of all, you need to develop understanding what is culture. Sorry. First of all, you tell me what is culture. Culture क्या है? What is culture? Easiest way में बताओ. Culture is nothing but a way of life. Culture is nothing but it is your way of life. When I am saying that culture is nothing but a way of life, what way of life constitutes? It constitutes your dress, your food. Write it down. It's your dress, food, it's your language. It's your language, write it down. It's your art and culture, your art, your architecture, right? It reflects your festivals. It reflects your customs. It reflects your value system. All these are the different dimensions of culture. Right? So, what is culture? Culture is way of life. And what is way of life? Way of life constitutes, right? What is way of life? Your dress, your food, your language, your art and architecture, your festivals, your custom, your value system. All this constitutes culture. Therefore, how cultural contact takes place? Do you think that UPSC is a bunch of a joker? Why they are asking you to study art and architecture? They have categorically mentioned in your GS paper 1, art, architecture, cultural heritage, Indian society. Why they want you to develop understanding about it? So that whatever you have developed understanding so far in your life, it is nothing, it is the product of your socialization. And now UPSC, because you are preparing for UPSC and tomorrow you can be IAS, IPS officers. Today you are living in Kolkata. Tomorrow you can be a DM in Tamil Nadu. You can be an SP in Madhya Pradesh. You can be a district magistrate of Bastar in Jharkhand. Therefore, if you are not having objectivity in your thoughts, if you are not having pan-India idea, what India basically constitutes, who is Bharat Mata? Who is Bharat Mata? That picture that you are, that picture that is being made, that you are seeing on the pictographs, that is Bharat Mata. Bharat Mata means me, you, people. All these people come together, they make Bharat Mata. This is Bharat Mata. We all constitute to make India. Bharat. You're getting it? And we need to create a unique bonding among us. We need to have organic relationship with each other. How this organic relationship develop? Why it is said unity in diversity? All these things we'll discuss. Therefore, first understand this. Culture, way of life. What is way of life? What constitutes your way of life? Your dress, your food, your uniform, your language, your value system, all these things consider culture, right? Now you see, when cultural contact happens, cultural contact happens in three conditions are there. Number one is assimilation. Assimilation. Write it down, assimilation. Second is acculturation. Acculturation. And third is separation. And third concept is separation. Write it down quickly. I hope all of you are enjoying. ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है चीजें ऊपर से जा रही हैं. क्या सर पढ़ा रहे हैं, सर ने भेजा फ्राई कर दिया यार. Right? All of you are getting it? Let me have a glass of water. Done? So when cultural contact happens, three conditions arises. One is called assimilation, one is called acculturation, and third is separation. Right? Write it down first. Assimilation implies, write it down. Assimilation, let us say there are two cultures, culture X1 and culture X2. There are two cultures, X1 culture and X2 culture. When X2 completely absorbs in X1, when X2 completely absorbs in X1, this is called assimilation. क्या हो गया? Like one girl gave the example of sugar, that when you dissolve sugar in water, sugar totally dissolves in the water. It becomes a part of water. That is assimilation. That is assimilation. Write it down. When one culture loses its own culture, when one culture loses its own culture and adopts the another culture, and this assimilation creates homogenization. And this assimilation creates homogenization. When one culture mixes into the other culture and that culture loses its identity, it becomes a part of that bigger culture. It becomes assimilation. Therefore, assimilation is responsible for making homogenization. Write it down. Making homogenization. Clear? जैसे अगर तुम if you go to France, तो फ्रांस में अगर तुम जाओगे तो फ्रांस में क्या है, people does not believe in diversity. वो कहते हैं French culture is supreme and they believe their culture is French culture is supreme. You have to adhere to that French culture, right? Now let us move to acculturation. Let us move to acculturation. You see, let us say this is a culture X1, this is culture X2, right? Now, X1 transfers some part of its culture to X2, X2 transfers some part of its culture to X1. That is acculturation, where it is a two-way traffic. It is not a one-way traffic. It is a two-way traffic. It is two-way. For example, I like fish fry of Calcutta. I am a die-hard fan of your sweets, especially that Malik brothers who are having oldest, I think, confectionery shop on the Park Street, if I am not wrong. I like the intellectual temperament of Bengalis. Seriously, I like that city. I like the way Bengali biryani is different from the Delhi biryani. You put potato in that here, okay? There's a very famous biryani shop now. What is that? A very famous biryani shop in Kolkata. I'm not able to recall its name actually. Can anyone help me? I like this. But there are people from West Bengal and Delhi. They also cherish, they love eating chole bhaturas. They also speak very good Hindi, far better Hindi than me. They are also exploring Delhi like anything. So therefore, it is a two-way traffic. I am learning from you, you are learning from me. Two-way traffic is taking place. It is not a monologue. When I am talking to you, you are also replying to me. Right? Therefore, it is a two-way process. Write it down. Acculturation means Arsalan. Yes, yes, Arsalan. Right, right. I have tried Arsalan here. And what is this Dada Baudi? What is this Dada Baudi? If I come to Calcutta, I will definitely try this. So please do make a list. What are the good places in Calcutta what are the good places, famous street food of Calcutta? I would like to try this. And there's a one famous, uh, rolls also, that is Nazir, something like this, which is very famous for its rolls. Right? Okay. Done. It's lovely. Yeah. It's always, pleasure talking to the students. You see, write down in acculturation, there is an exchange of value. There is an exchange of cultural values between different cultures. There is exchange of cultural values between different cultures, and they are able to maintain its unique cultural identity. They are able to maintain, they are able to maintain its cultural identity. They are able to maintain its cultural identity. And due to this, what happens? Diversity is maintained. Due to this, diversity is maintained. Due to this, diversity is maintained. That is the idea of acculturation, right? Now come to separation. Now come to separation. What is separation? Write down. Where X1 rejects the culture of X2 and X2 rejects the culture of X1. Where there is no cultural exchange taking place. X2 is saying the culture of X1 is lower. It is not up to my standard. And X1 is saying the culture of X2 is a pathetic, inferior culture. I don't want to be a part of this messy culture. So therefore, what is happening? There is no cultural exchange taking place between two cultures. They are living in isolation. They have their own world. Right? So this is the idea of separation. Write it down. Each, under separation, you please write it down. Each consider that their own culture is superior. Each consider their own culture is superior to others. And this idea that my culture is superior to your culture give birth to ethnic conflicts. This idea, separation, give birth to ethnic conflicts. Ethnic conflicts. Write it down. This gives birth to ethnic conflicts. Right? Because the moment you are degrading some other's culture, right? I have seen this tendency in India, in Delhi also, even in, I have seen various families, including mine also. Just a moment, let me set. Yes. That sometime they used to think that we are vegetarians. So our culture, our food habits are superior to those people who are non-vegetarians. and being a vegetarian is a superior quality. So this kind of idea I have seen in various people. So one day I had a discussion with one of my friend who's supposed to be a pure vegetarian. He's vegetarian to such an extent that he don't even eat ginger, and this garlic and onion is prohibited for him. And he said that, sir, you listen, vegetarian food is the best food in India, and majority of the people are vegetarians, right? Then I said, okay, fine, let us develop an understanding about India and let us see what fact speaks about. Then I make a map of India. Mega, you see, I can also make it here. You can see it. And let us say this is India, right? If we start from here, here is Gujarat. Gujarat, your Maharashtra, your Trivandrum, then comes your Tamil Nadu, then your Karnataka, then your Andhra Pradesh, then your Odisha, then your West Bengal, right? And then in between different states. All the coastal states, more than 80% populations are non-vegetarians. Do you agree with me? And if you see the entire food habits, entire northeast, which constitutes 7 states, are pure non-vegetarian. Entire Jammu and Kashmir, only Jammu, some in Jammu, some pockets are vegetarian, but entire Kashmir and Jammu are non-vegetarian. You come to Punjab, I told you yesterday also, there's a very famous joke in Delhi that one student, the teacher asked to one student, what is the national bird of Punjab? And the student replied, is tandoori chicken. No Punjabi wedding is complete without tandoori chicken. Majority of them, right? You come to UP also, the same thing. UP, some maybe the population of vegetarianism in some districts are higher, but overall, therefore, what I want to make a point that more than 75% population of India are non-vegetarian. Then how you can discriminate among people on the basis of food habits, and how you can say that if I am vegetarian, I am a superior. This element of superiority is responsible for creating separation. And this separation concept is responsible for the creation of ethnic conflicts. Therefore, this particular idea of saying that my culture is superior to your culture, this particular ideology stops you, restricts you in understanding the other cultures. And in the process, what you become? You become isolated. Your mind becomes closed. You are not open to new ideas. You are not open to new, different perception, different ways of life. Right? Let me give you one more example. I know now in India, especially in Delhi, Gurgaon, in Delhi, in Gurgaon, in Noida, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Calcutta is also coming up. Our new schools are coming up. They are called as International Baccalaureate IB schools. They are known as IB schools, International Baccalaureates. What is International Baccalaureate School? It is the new phenomena which is emerging in India. These are the schools which does not have any CBSE or state board examination. It is a school in which they work on the board which is present in US, London or Europe, and the degrees of this school are acceptable by all the leading universities across the world. They are called International Baccalaureate, and they have their own unique way of pedagogy. For example, they don't have books for the students in the class. The student is free to select subjects of his choice. There is no distinction of arts, commerce or sciences. You can make combination of any 5 subjects. There are two teachers present in the class, and the maximum number of strength in the class is 25. More than 25 students are not allowed. In the class itself, they are having beds also. If you are not feeling good in studies, you can go and sleep. If you are not feeling comfortable, you can move out of the class and make a drawing. They believe that every individual is unique. Therefore, for 25 students or 20 students, the teacher will access 20 students on different parameters. There are no set paper like in conventional schools, one question paper is given to everyone and we have to solve that. They don't believe in this. They say it is a uniform way of evaluating, a uniform way of teaching. Every child is unique. Maybe you are good in, I'm able to remember 1 to 50 counting, and Nimai is able to read all the 100, 1 to 100. Anirban knows 1 to 200, and this Spandan knows 1 to 150. Therefore, all these students will be evaluated. They will be having different question papers, different set of skills on which they will be evaluated. More focus is on the personality development. More focus is on the practical aspect of knowledge instead of theoretical aspect. So this is a new phenomena emerging up in India. For example, my wife is a part of that IB school. She's a teacher there. In her class, there are students of different nationalities, from Korea, from Japan, from India, from France, America. Because now India has become globalized country. Our economy has globalized. For example, if you come to Noida, you will see a very big, Samsung setup. Samsung is manufacturing its mobile. A very big LG manufacturing company is there in Greater Noida. Samsung, LG, Infosys, you name it, all the big companies are having their offices, and people from different nationalities across the globe are working there. So where their children will go? So their children need international education. Therefore, IB schools are coming up, as you have studied in economics, demand and supply. So therefore, let me give you an example that they were celebrating 15th August. So 15th August is the Independence Day for India. But in their school, they also celebrated South Korea independence also, because South Korea also having their independence on 15th of August. And one day, my wife asked a question to the student, "What are your favorite food?" So there is a one student in a class said, "My favorite food is." One said, "My favorite food is aloo ki sabji and puri." Then one Korean student was not, he was feeling shy. So the teacher probed him. "You tell." So he said, I like snake meat." Everybody got the shock of their life. "Snake? You like snake?" Kehta, "Yes, snake is my favorite food." Therefore, I cannot make mockery of them, because that is a part, this kind of food is a part of their food if you go to South Korea. You can't make bully of them. Oh, no, you have to accept. And that is what you call developing tolerance. Today, I am from Delhi. Delhi is a landlocked union territory, right? You are coming from West Bengal, Kolkata. West Bengal is having Bay of Bengal. It is a coastal state here. Definitely, your food habits will be different from my food habits, because your food habits are the product of your geography. This thing I need to understand. Therefore, our food reflects our culture, and geography is directly proportional to the culture. You need to understand all these things so that we can develop a tolerance, acceptability towards each other. We are able to develop compatibility with each other. So that is the idea, right? So therefore, so far we have discussed three things: assimilation, acculturation, and separation. Where assimilation implies you are losing your identity and a homogeneous culture is coming up. Acculturation is a two-way traffic. You are able to preserve your identity, you are able to preserve the distinctive features of your culture. That is your acculturation. Separation, where you are mocking the other culture, when you are saying that my culture, my language, my food is superior, and you are a bunch of jokers. I don't treat you equal to me. And this kind of thinking is responsible for the emergence of ethnic conflict. Do you agree with me? I think this concept is clear to you. Let us move on to the next one. Okay, one more thing I want to bring here. What is the difference between custom and tradition? What is the difference between custom? All these things should be crystal clear to you. Custom and tradition. Tell me, what is the difference between custom and tradition? One of the student is writing, I just got that Dada Baudi. I write it down. Where it is Dada Baudi? It is in Barakpur. Barakpur is how much far away from Kolkata? Dada Baudi in Barakpur. Barakpur is how much far away from Kolkata? And there is a one student, Spandan, is saying that in their district South Dinajpur, there is a Kheer Doi and Raikor fish. Oh, lovely. I'll definitely try. And there is a one more place. Now, Calcutta is a, what is the unique thing of Calcutta? Can you tell? Because I'm discussing custom and tradition. What makes Calcutta different from other cities? Can you tell me? Any one of you, you are in Calcutta. First reply to my question. What is the concept of custom and tradition? Are they same thing or they are different? If they are different, what is that? If they are same, then what is that? Tell me quickly. I'm waiting for your reply. Then we'll start the discussion. Custom and tradition. I think all of you are getting it, what I'm teaching to you. All of you are enjoying it. Tell me quickly. I think I'm getting responses late actually. Okay. What is a custom? Custom is basically, write it down. Custom is basically, yeah, it's very good. Anirban is coming out very good. Write it down. Custom is basically commonly accepted manners, commonly accepted manners of behaving or doing something in a particular society. It is the how we conduct, how we do the things in a particular way in a particular society. That is known as custom, right? And on the other hand, tradition means when customs are passed from one generation to another, it becomes tradition. Clear? When custom is passed from one generation to another, it becomes tradition. Then what is custom? Custom is how we are behaving, how we are doing. For example, uh, you have seen that marriage is sacrosanct phenomena in India, right? It is a sacrosanct phenomena. You go to any state in India, marriage is the most important event in anyone's life, right? But the way it is being done, it is different. For example, if you come to Delhi, in Delhi what happens, people have ढोल band बाजा और आगे नाचेंगे ऐसे ऐसे करके. That is the way entire procession goes on. But I have come to Calcutta. I have seen that in the marriages there are no band, no dhol, nothing. Simply people walk out in the cars and come to the bridegroom's marriage. This I have seen in the one of the Marwadi marriages which I attended. I think 2-3 years back, 3-4 years back in Calcutta. So I was a little bit shocked to know that there are no bands, no dhols, nothing. Simple. The marriage is an institution which is very peculiar to Indian culture. But the way it is performed, the traditions attached to the marriage, customs attached to the marriage are different from one society to another society. Therefore, customs are nothing but our every day-to-day behavior that has becomes custom, and when these customs are passed from one generation to another generation, it becomes tradition. Right? Write it down quickly. Write it down. There is one more concept I want to discuss with you. This is clear. Someone has asked me a question. Let me see what question is being asked. अरे चल क्यों नहीं रहा है? Yes, 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 yes. Somebody has asked me a question. Sir, what is the concept of culture core? C-U-L, culture core, C-O-R-E. Yes. Culture core basically defines the, most important, the central idea, the value and assumptions of any culture, which we can call that as the, the most important principal values of our culture. That is your culture core. You see, what is the core culture? What is the culture core of Indian society? Can anyone tell? Number one, Indian society, the culture core of Indian society, there are certain principles which are important all over India. But whether you belong to Calcutta, you belong to Kerala, you belong to wherever you go, this is practiced everywhere. It is called culture core of our society. For example, number one, we respect our parents. We respect our parents. We respect our elders. For example, if you come to Delhi, so we touch the feet of our elders. हम जाते हैं पैर छूते हैं. पैरी पहना. Right? In Punjabis in Delhi, we call it पैरी पहना. Right? In India, marriage is one of the most important institution. Everyone, whether you're part of Bengal, you're part of Kerala, you're part of Odisha, Gujarat, Kashmir, after certain age, after in the moment you cross 25, there is a pressure of getting married. The moment you are touching 28, 29, your parent becomes much more anxious about your marriage. And this is a peculiar phenomenon. It's a regular pattern in every society, right? These are the core values. Apart from this, Indian society is having a caste system, and caste system is present in pan India, all over, from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to West Bengal. Everywhere you will see caste system. Caste system is inherently present in every section of society in India. So therefore, these are the certain cultural core. Cultural core implies principal values. A culture core implies principal values, right? Write it down. Culture core, or you can say it core culture. You can also call it core culture. You can also call it core culture. It reflects the most foundational principles. It reflects core cultural respects most fundamental principles or philosophies This is known as core culture. So what is the core culture values of Indian society? Like caste system, marriage, and so on. So this is the core culture values of Indian society. This is the idea of core culture. I guess who asked this question to me? Core culture? Anyone? Nimai is asking caste panchayat. Okay. Nimai is asking what is the concept of caste panchayat. Caste panchayat implies every caste has its own, representative organizations at village level, grassroots level. When a particular panchayat is dominated by one caste, so that becomes a caste panchayat. For example, if you go to Haryana, the concept of Khap panchayat, I discussed this topic with you. Khap panchayat. The concept of Khap panchayat. Khap panchayat is nothing but caste panchayat. So this Khap panchayats are the example of caste panchayat. Are the example of caste panchayat. Caste panchayat which is dominated by one caste. It is dominated by one caste. For example, Khap panchayats are the panchayats of Jats. They are dominated by Jats. Right? This is the idea of caste panchayat. Anyone want to ask anything? Now move to the next one. Yes. So we have discussed all this. Now move to the next one. Yeah. Now let us come to the, now so far what we have discussed today, we have discussed about pluralistic society, multicultural society. We have discussed about the concept of socialization. We have discussed about cultural lag. We have discussed about cultural core. We have discussed about the melting pot of cultures, the melting pot theory, और we have discussed these और क्या discuss किया हमने, salad ball theory. Then we have discussed the different cultural contacts, under which we have discussed number 1, assimilation. We discussed the concept of acculturation. Third, we discuss about the concept of separation. So all these basic fundamental terminologies we have discussed so far. Anything which is missing? Okay. I will also discuss one more theory, that is Sanskritization and Westernization. I will discuss 2 more concepts. Thanks for asking this question to me. Sanskritization and Westernization. Write it down. These 2 terms, Sanskritization and Westernization, are coined by Sanskritization and Westernization. Very good question. Who asked this question to me? Nimai, thank you very much. Otherwise, I would have slept it. Write it down, Sanskritization and Westernization. and westernization are the terms coined by Professor M.N. Srinivas. These two terms, Sanskritization and westernization, these two terms are coined by Professor M.N. Srinivas. Write it down. He is a great Indian sociologist. He is a great Indian sociologist of Delhi School of Economics in Delhi. Right? Write it down, Sanskritization. Sanskritization is a process. Sanskritization is a process which is dedicated to which is dedicated to which is dedicated to mobility, upward mobility. Sanskritization is a process which is dedicated to upward mobility through the imitation or imitating the imitating. इसमें क्या करते हैं, लोअर क्लास और कास्ट are imitating the upper class or upper caste. This is the concept of Sanskritization. This is the concept of, इसको समझो. Nowadays, you have seen that we know that Indian society is highly casted in society, and if you are coming from lower caste, then people are not very friendly towards you. Recently, there was a one ad I saw that on YouTube, there was a one reel that there was a one golgappe wala, thela wala, and in name his thela wala is Dalit Golgappe. His name was Dalit Golgappe. Dalit means depressed, marginalized. So he wrote his name Dalit ke Golgappe, and he installed his this thela, his cart in CB, and he was expecting a very big turnover because his quality of food was very good. He used very good ingredients, but to his dismay, to his astonishment, nobody turned up to have golgappas at his stall, at his cart. And after trying for one other 2, 3, 1 week, he was not able to make a purchase. Forget about earning profit. Therefore, one day one of his relatives came to his shop and he suggested that you should change the name of this cart from Dalit cart to तिवारी जी के मशहूर गोलगप्पे. You write this name. So out of reluctance, because you see the biggest thing in this world is a survival, that you have to eat, and for eating you need money. Therefore, out of the compulsion, he accepted the advice of his relative and he changed the name of Dalit ke Golgappe to Tiwari ji ke Golgappe. And you will be surprised to know that after 1 week, when that friend came, he said, your advice has changed the scope, sequence of my business. Today, I am from morning to evening, I am busy. Every day, I am able to sell more than 500, plates of Golgappe, and I am minting a profit. So when I was thinking about my profit, I was thinking about my friend who gave me this idea that there is nothing in the name. It is only a psychological obsession with the name. You change the name of your card from Dalit Golgappa to Tiwari ji ke Golgappe, and then you will see the crowd will throng to you. Therefore, Sanskritization is a process in which lower caste are imitating the dress, culture, custom part of upper caste, and this process, and in the process they are also able to raise their status, and they are achieving upper mobility in the society, and that process is known as Sanskritization process. It is a term which is coined by Professor M.N. Srinivas, who is a very eminent professor. You're surprised to know that he was the one of the pioneers of sociology in India, and he taught in Delhi School of Economics. Right? I think this is enough on that. If you want, you can write it down. I think I already given you. Right? Done. Now write it down. Westernization. Write it down. Westernization. Westernization is a process. Westernization is a process of upward mobility. Westernization is a process of upward mobility by process of development. I just write it down here. Westernization. Westernization is a process of upward mobility. देखो, upward mobility by the process of development. So here, by the process of development. Write it down quickly. This is an important concept which you should know the answer. Write it down. Westernization is a process of upward mobility through the process of development. And under Westernization, Sanskritization, Westernization implies where the upper caste is copying the manners of the colonial rulers. That is also one of the easiest way to understand it. Is also copying the colonial rulers here. Okay. Write it down. Westernization is a process by which upper mobility is achieved by the process of development. So this is the idea of Sanskritization and Westernization. And in Westernization, the Indian elites copy the style of living, food, dress up of Westerners, of Western society. So that is the idea of Westernization, right? I'll want to take you to more. Okay. Write it down. Therefore, Westernization implies radical changes. Westernization implies radical changes in Indian society and culture. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Let me answer your question once I'm done with this. Westernization means radical changes that are taking place in Indian society and culture, and these changes are brought by British rule. Therefore, when you are what you are seeing around yourself, you are seeing around yourself fundamental changes in the old institutions due to technology. Our ideology and values are changing. New education system has taken shape in India. Earlier we were studying theocratic subjects, we were studying our religion, Vedas and all that. But after the advent of Britishers, we introduced to the public education system in which schools were established, colleges were established, universities were established, and we are exposed to the learning of physics, chemistry, mathematics, and so on. So this is the idea of westernization and Sanskritization. One of the student, Anirvan, has asked me a question that said I'm an engineering background and I'm a science graduate and I'm studying humanities subject, and sometimes I feel the theories which are mentioned in humanities are not in consonance what I have studied in the science. You are absolutely right, and that is the beauty. You see, after studying sociology, now I have this has become my famous statement which I often quote to the students, that if I am having the power, if I be a education minister of this country, I would advise everyone to study sociology. Because when you are reading humanities, when you are reading history, polity, economics, sociology, this, because if you are becoming an engineer and you're becoming a science graduate, you are not able to do justice to your society. Society has its own inherent structure which we need to decode. And that is the reason that nowadays, in current scenario, IITs are rectifying this mistake. Earlier, in India, we compartmentalize the students between science, humanities, and commerce. And what the student did, they are doing physics, chemistry, math, reaching to IITs, and after that, when they passed out, they are becoming our robots. They are not able to understand the society. They are not able to create technological things which are required by our society, and they are not in line with the social changes that are taking place in society. Therefore, the IITs learned their mistake, and nowadays you can see School of Humanities, entrance for School of Humanities are taking place by IIT Madras. They are conducting entrance examination for the School of Humanities by IIT Madras. IIT Delhi is having its own dedicated economics department. IIT Kanpur is having dedicated sociology departments. Now we are working on creating a interdisciplinary approach, and this is what is required in your UPSC examination also. Interdisciplinary, you need to interlink the things. You cannot understand one thing only with a uniform with a one perspective. Every object in this world, everything in this world has multi dimensions. To understand that multi dimensions, it is very important that you need to understand humanities. If you don't understand humanities, you won't be able to understand the problems faced by society. Therefore, Anirvan, I would advise you, take interest. Though don't understand solid ball theory, don't compare it with Newton's laws of gravitation or Einstein's theory of relativity or gas laws. Don't do all these things. It is a different science. That is why there is a difference between science and humanities. Science is having universal principles, right? For example, there is called law of constant composition. What is that? It said if the formula of water is H2O, two atoms of hydrogen with one atom of oxygen. You go to Uganda, you go to Pakistan, you go to Afghanistan, you go to America, London, anywhere you go, the molecular formula of water remains the same, H2O. But In humanities, this thing is not possible. This thing is not possible. Because in humanities, you are dealing with human beings, and human beings are different, right? We are not governed by rule of law. Sorry, we are not governed by any rules, set up rules here, right? Every society is different here. The Pakistani society is different from Indian society. American society is different from French society. Because you are dealing with human beings. Human beings are governed by emotions, right? So therefore, you need to appreciate these differences and need to develop keen interest in that. And in that due process of time, you will see your perspective will change. Your understanding, your perspective, the way you think, your entire personality will undergo a rapid change. I would say. I would not a rapid change. You heard about the word called. I'll discuss within great detail during the sessions. I hope today. I think this is enough for today. I hope, guys, you have enjoyed this session with me, and we have discussed good terms today, and tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you very much.